your questions and comments and answer your telephone calls. What is gnawing away after watching tonight's episode of The Walking Dead? You can tweet us at AMC Talking Dead. You can email us your questions at talkingdead@amctv.com, or pick up the phone and call us toll free 1-855-332-3548. That's 1-855-DEAD-LIVE. Joining us now is Merle himself, actor Michael Rooker, and comedian Adrian Tyler, who I don't know if people know what a nerd you are, but we had the premiere for The Walking Dead this season. You freaked out after meeting Brendan Tarot. You're like, I think I spit in his face. I'm turning out so hard.
I clearly spit in his eye several times. I may have tried to pick his pockets a couple of times. I think I called him by several names, including mommy. I was so excited.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. But you know, it's the benefit of being a girl. I can cover it for you.
And I know you're a fan of the comic series and you're a fan of the show too. And you were sitting next to Merle. What is it like to be sitting next to Merle, Adrian Tyler?
I've been peeing a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, he seems like a forgiving fellow.
Listen, who doesn't want to have their hand held while they're peeing? Michael, the number one question on Talking Dead all season is where is Merle? And you are right here, so thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah, good to be here, guys. Yeah.
Why do you think Merle is a bit of a bitter pill? He's a little bit of a pistol. Why do you think that people love this character so much?
Because of that.
Yeah.
I think they love it because he's a bitter pill. He's so unpolitically correct, and it's a breath of fresh air, and people dig that. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think he might stretch the boundaries of un-PC a little bit. But he is an energetic character that is a great opposing force, and I really hope we see more of him this season. How badass was Daryl in this episode, Adrian Tyler?
This was the best episode ever. The guy tourniqueted his own torso.
Seriously, falls down a ravine twice.
Yes.
Impales himself, shoots an arrow.
Rips off his-
Rips off his thing, eats a squirrel, makes an ear necklace.
It was like all before lunch. This guy. He was on fire.
He was like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he was on fire. I mean, I think the reason people love Daryl, people love the idea that like in the zombie apocalypse, I would be that guy. I would be the squirrel sushi eating, ear necklace making, badass with it. You know, but in real life, I'd be like, I got a hammer, and I'm so famous.
I would be Sophia. I'd run into the woods and disappear.
Totally.
What makes Merle tick? What do you think? Because from any character's point of view, they always think they're the good guy. So what is it that makes Merle tick?
What do you think that makes Merle tick? I think what makes Merle tick is because Merle doesn't care about ticking or not. It's the end of the world.
Yeah.
So he'll do what he wants, say what he wants, and nobody's going to stop him. And you know, in the first season, of course, you know, he goes off on Tito, right?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that was just the end result. He was already he was head up to his eyeballs with people telling him what to do. And then Tito just happened to be the individual that stepped on the scene.
Do you think the apocalypse is Merle's paradise? It's like complete anarchy. He can rule.
I think Merle's very happy there's fewer cops.
Let's take a phone call right now. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi there, this is Steve. I'm calling from Newfoundland, Canada.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you very much. First off, big fan of all three of you. Thanks for all your work. My question is there a chance that Daryl may have been bit when the zombie was going around his boot?
It kind of looked like the zombie was kind of gnawing.
I struggle with this because I've read all the books. I'm like a huge Walking Dead fan, and I'm in love with Daryl. And he's not even a character from the books. So like, this guy cannot die. But the whole time he's talking with Merle, apparently the zombie's been gnawing on his foot, and all I'm hoping is that he had some steel toes, and the zombie was just working, and I couldn't crack the crunchy crust.
I don't know if he was chewing on his boot the whole time.
Okay.
Just toward the end.
It wasn't a couple times. It was just a little zombie teething ring. Zombie teething for fun. This is Will from Facebook. The episode is called Chupacabra, which I don't know if a lot of people know, but it's called Chupacabra. They reference it once early in the episode. Daryl mentions it briefly, but what do you think the meaning of that is in relation to the episode, Mike?
I think I'm Daryl's Chupacabra.
Yeah.
You know, the last time I saw Chupacabra, he's on mushrooms. Right? Yeah. So he's delusional. He's at a delusional state. He's a little high. I mean, I think he's almost dead. He's at a delusional state now. So I'm his imagination. I'm his own. I'm who he is.
Yeah.
Those words I'm saying are coming from his brain.
Right.
You know, not Merle's brain.
Well, do you think that's an interesting question? Let's get into that. So do you think, because we've seen Daryl's character kind of drift into the group a little bit more, become more of a friendly, sort of a group-loving kind of guy, is that his conscience kind of stepping away and being like, no, this is not who you are, and so that's why Merle manifests?
Well, I think it's his conscience. There's also Merle's teaching. You know, I mean, these people don't really like him. You know, I mean, these people are. I mean, Merle says it, and well, Daryl says it. That's Merle, right?
Yeah.
But don't you think what was also interesting was that this is a guy who kind of has, he's having a fight between his nature and his nurture. And maybe his nature is to die, but he's to not trust other people. I really want Daryl to be a good guy. I feel like he's a hero right now, you know, and I don't want him to go out and just be eating squirrels.
Well, let's jump to that in a second. So right now, the channeltalkingdead.com is all about Glenn's big discovery in the bar. This is right at the end of the episode. So our poll question is, you discover the father of the girl you're dating is a barn full of zombies. What would you do? Keep it a secret? Tell everyone in your group, confront the girl's father, or set the barn on fire. I would set the barn on fire by having sex with the farmer's daughter. That's what I would do. But you guys pick what you want. Go to talkingdead.com to vote. Coming up, an exclusive clip from next week's episode of The Walking Dead. But first, let us say ciao to those who are no more.
People have vision power in this woman. Now you listen to me. Ain't nobody ever will care about you except me, your brother. Ain't nobody ever will. Come on. You're gonna think what I keep teaching.
So we just want to see tonight's episode, a little bit of family reunion between Daryl and Merle. I'm back here with Merle himself, Michael Rooker, and also Adrian Tyler. First of all, I just want to nerd out for a second and say you were phenomenal in this episode of the show. You're so amazing to watch. What were the conditions like shooting in that, in that forest number on the ground? What was that like?
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. Well, it's always best to be on top. He's laying down.
Actually, no, because they're brothers.
Well, you know what I mean. You know, the guy's laying on the ground. It's cold, and you know it's hot outside. The water's cold, and there's, I'm watching. We're about to do the scene, and I see this big giant carpet there, and it's maybe a half inch, crawl right behind his head. We're in the middle of the scene. Of course, it's his close-up. So I don't want to mess it up. I don't say anything. But in the middle of the scene, if you watch real close, looks like he's in pain. Right? Scene overcut. He jumps up. He's like, God! Oh my gosh! Something's biting me. And it was the. I know exactly what. I just want to see how he did it.
I love the idea that Norman's getting chomped out by neck. Just like use it, Norman. Use it.
Use that pain.
Now, why would you think Herschel would put his family in danger by keeping walkers in the barn? What do you think, Aisha?
I mean, he's obviously man of God. I think they've reinforced over the last couple episodes that he believes, that maybe these are the end times, and maybe he doesn't understand what's happening. Maybe he thinks that these are people. Maybe he wants to save them. Maybe he thinks he can pray them.
He does say in one of these episodes, like, oh, there'll be a cure. Like, of course there's going to be this.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
They just save him for later. Perhaps they're people he knows, or maybe they're not, and just people in general. He still thinks they're just.
What would you do? Your son, what would you do? You know, like your friends and neighbors, would you keep alive in the bar?
Oh, hell, they did burn a long time ago.
Yeah, my friends and neighbors now.
No, like you said, you're a self-proclaimed zombie assassin. I heard you say that you're a zombie assassin. So Andrea is on top of the Winnebago. Would you have taken the shot?
No, not because I wouldn't have wanted to take the shot, because I love shooting at zombies. Although I prefer shotgun, I like close quarter combat.
Sure.
But for me, I really want to get the goo on you.
Yeah,
But in this particular case, I think we all understand the rules of the zombie apocalypse. You do not want to make noise and attract other walkers. You never fire unless you have to. And you got 4 guys running towards this walker at that time. They're all armed. They can take him out without making any noise. Why are you shooting your gun off?
Well, because people are going crazy online that Andrea shot Daryl. But here's a helpful hint: in the zombie apocalypse, don't walk by dragging your leg.
Yeah.
Be all bright-eyed, happy. Like let everyone know.
Like your legal brain.
Sure, it's great to not be a deceased person. But I think this is what's really important about this is that now we're starting to see a touch point from the comic book because if you read the comics, Andrea is like the sharpshooter of the bunch, and this is the first time that we're seeing that really start to develop.
That was a good shot.
Yeah.
I mean, she's only like a quarter inch off, right?
Yeah.
And also, it's exciting because having read all the books, what's so fun about the show is that they haven't been following the books that closely.
Yeah.
She's the one character I think is developing most closely along the lines that she developed on the books. It's nice to see how they kind of fulfill that prophecy.
I'm definitely curious to see if she hooks up with the character in the show that she hooked up with.
I
You never know. Anyway, coming up, an exclusive clip from next week's episode of The Walking Dead. Don't forget to go to TalkingDead.com to vote on our poll. We'll be right back with more Talking Dead. Next Sunday, we're going to be Talking Dead live at midnight Eastern right here on AMC, so please check that out. Right now, my Mr. Rogers Sweater and I are back with Michael Rucker and Aisha Tyler. So we just saw the clip of the helicopter, which I thought was I love seeing some of the flashback stuff. I think it plays in really nice.
I wanted more of that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll be peppered out throughout the season. So we saw Atlanta getting totally bombed. Was this the moment, you think, where Shane and Laurie, obviously for Shane it goes back further, I think, but is this the moment where it was like, oh yeah, it's on?
Oh, women in napalm? Right, okay. You know it was. Oh, yeah.
I will say, massive girlwood for Shane right now. He's turning into a
I would jump in his arms. Like, the guy is ripped. There's even a recurring theme on this episode.
Now his head.
Two times in the gym. Two times a day in the gym. That's what he's doing, I bet you. Yeah.
So if the government is napalming Atlanta, this is from Imp in My Head on Twitter, which is a person's name, not an imp in my head. Why go to Fort Benning? Like, if they see the government is basically lighting people on fire, why go there?
Well, you're going to Fort Benning, right? Because that's where they're coming from, you're thinking. I would think, right?
I also think that just as people, we generally kind of still, as Americans, we believe the government's going to save us. We believe there's going to be the safe haven. You kind of almost need to have that belief that there's a safe place to go when you're surrounded by dead people who eat the live people. But I think that this is almost like a false sense of, well, we're just going to keep working towards something. We know what it is. I have an idea where to go. Yeah.
There's a lot of weapons on the show. I just want to get to this. We have a really awesome clip. Here's a detailed look at the weapons of choice in the zombie apocalypse. Here's some footage from The Walking Dead. Take a look.
Yeah, I'm John Sanders. I'm the Prime Master on The Walking Dead Season 2. You have to kill zombies and always don't have a gun to kill a zombie. So we kill them with sticks, we kill them with knives, we kill them with shovels. The zombie stick that broke over the zombies. Nah, it's not actually a stick. It's actually a piece of rubber. Guns are probably the key item for the show. No! This is Rick Grimes' Python 357. It's on his hip almost every time you see him. This is a rubber gun of Shane's gun, which you've seen before, and it actually is rubber. And we use these to hit people with, or if an actor's going to take a fall with a weapon or something like that, in order that nobody gets hurt. That is Daryl's crossbow, which you've seen a bunch of times, but as you can see, it's already been through the ringer. Daryl took a big fall down a mountain twice with that on his back, and nobody survived very well.
I'm 8 years old running around with a crossbow, shooting zombies in the brain. It's like the coolest stuff ever.
All right, so wait, really quickly, because during that segment, you're like, what are you talking about? The rubber guns?
Dude, they have rubber guns now?
Did you get
No, my gun was a real gun. He hit me with a real gun.
Why looks so good?
Wait, the budget's larger now or something?
Got that gun from home.
We're going to reveal the results of tonight's poll, plus we're going to show an exclusive clip from next week's episode of The Walking Dead. But first, let's take a break from talking about vicious people leaders to give you this week's Fresh Buzz. Check out the scene from tonight's episode with some fresh facts.
This Fresh Buzz is brought to you by Subway Restaurants.
Still to come, the exclusive clip from next week's episode of The Walking Dead. But first, the poll results. Remember, the question was: you discover the father girl you're dating has a barn full of zombies. What do you do? The results are 46% say tell everyone in your group. I think you throw her one first. That's what you went to the bar to do. The zombies are downstairs. A minute and a half tops. Then you tell everyone
Because
about
you're a
the
giver,
zombies.
Chris. You're a giver.
Or in the throws of pasture. I can't believe how many zombies are in here. Now it's,
I've actually heard that very time before.
That's 2 times. That was a page out of Hardwick's life. Here's an exclusive clip from next week's episode of The Walking Dead, which airs next Sunday at 9 Eastern. Check it out. Yeah, seriously, what the hell? Is he like totally bloodlusting now that he got Otis? So now it's like, oh,
Shane is unhinged. I mean, he has nothing to lose. He shaved off his
It's tough
hair.
love. It's tough love. He's trying to teach her, what to do.
Yeah, you think?
Obviously, yeah.
Oh, he's putting her in the okay, I got you.
Obviously, he's putting her in the line of fire, and she has to clear the gun.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
The big question, Mr. Rooker, is: are we going to see Merle again this season?
That is a good question, isn't it?
I know. It never works. I tried.
You know more than me.
I tried, but it never works. So here's an interesting question from TalkingDead.com. Charlie says, when they do reach civilization, will Daryl still be able to thrive like he can in the wild? If they get back to because he seems like he's losing it a little bit.
Well, no, he's not losing it. He's learning how to adapt.
Okay.
He's adapting to his environment. And, Daryl is a Dixon. We always adapt, baby.
The Dixon Vixens.
That's
You
right.
got the Dixon Vixens and the Rickerholics.
The Rickerholics.
Yeah.
We got 10 steps for the Rickerholics. The first one is admitting you're a Rickerholic.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second one is you never talk about Fight Club.
We have a caller. Let's take a call really fast. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name's Nathan from Shawnee, and I was just wondering, is Lori ever going to tell Shane or Rick that she's pregnant in the next episode, and how is it going to affect the season?
Well, sooner or later she's going to have to say something.
She's in a really difficult position, right? Because she's pregnant in a post-apocalyptic world where there are no hospitals, no doctors, no drugs. She also, we don't know whose baby it is.
Yeah.
Who the baby daddy? We don't know.
Yeah, there are a couple people getting up in her business.
Yeah, she was throwing it around. So I think it's going to be really challenging for Lori to decide what to do. Who wants to have a baby when it's just going to end up being a snack for Walker?
It doesn't have to be,
Oh, baby leg, delicious and tender.
You can strap it to your back.
But think about the fact you're walking with a screaming baby. Think about a baby on an airplane. And think about the airplane being full of walkers.
Give it a nipple and it'll be fine.
I say that about me all the time and no one listens. I just really quickly. I think it was Kirkman said that when you saw someone being when you saw him gutting the walker, you're like, that's not how you gut someone.
I did say that.
How do you actually gut someone?
I would gut from the bottom up.
Okay.
I'd have a blade. It's common sense. I have a blade away from me.
All right, listen, we're going to continue this conversation. Thanks for watching Talking Dead. Michael Rooker at Michael_Rooker. I the podcast with Robert Kirkman, Girl on Guy, episodes available right now on iTunes. We're going to keep talking about gutting as we go on to TalkingDead.com to continue the conversation. Next week, Mark Hoppus of Blink-182 is in studio. We'll see you in just a minute on TalkingDead.com. I'm your host, Chris Hardwick. Thanks for watching.
AMC.
Yes, a barn full of